We conquered all the glory. We're never gonna stop. From Palestine to Fergie, we won the fucking heart. But Paisley, I'm the
Acha, so the reason why we're here, Liverpool. We have today we have Arsh and Kunal with us, who are ardent Liverpool supporters. And I think before we break what could happen at Liverpool in this coming season, I think we want to know how did you all fall in love with Liverpool? What was the first connection that you all had with the club? What was the first time you saw the club and you were like, ye mera club hai. Arsh, why don't you start?
Okay, so when I reached junior college, all of a sudden everyone around me became football experts. I'm like, ये क्या हो रहा है? मतलब सब लोग और क्या है? ये प्लेयर, वो प्लेयर, ऐसा वैसा, ये सब चल रहा है. I'm like, अच्छा, ओके, कुछ तो सीन है. चालू करते टीवी देखते क्या सीन है. अब क्या मेरे को बोला कि वीकेंड पे होता है, ये टाइम पे होता है, चालू कर. मैं बोला ठीक है. तभी चल रहा था लिवरपूल का मैच. मैंने बोला बढ़िया. अब बैठ के देखेंगे क्या है सीन. अब टोरेस तभी आया था जस्ट. दैट वाज हिज मतलब 21 मिलियन उठाया एकदम मस्त
New.
एटलेटिको मैड्रिड से. फ्रेश एकदम आया.
फ्रेश माल है.
हाँ, और क्या भाई अपना चिकना है एकदम. तो पहले ही इंप्रेशन सेट किया, आगे मस्त लगे. तो तो भाई आई सॉ दैट एंड देन ही इज द मैच वाज अगेंस्ट डार्बी काउंटी. ओके. और अब मुझे कहाँ पता था कि डार्बी काउंटी हैज जस्ट कम अप फ्रॉम द चैंपियनशिप एंड दे आर अ रियली बैड टीम एंड दे आर नॉट प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर दिस लीग. आई एम जस्ट लाइक वाओ टोरेस, वाओ जेरार्ड तो तभी इनफैक्ट सोचा भी नहीं. मेरे पास वाओ टोरेस. ओके. तब से मुझे ऐसा हो गया कि हाँ ये टोरेस को देखने का मेरे को करके बार बार. And then obviously because of that I kept track of Liverpool matches, and when you follow a club it's never really a logical decision, it's an emotional decision.
Definitely.
Exactly.
तो अभी वो एक फेमिलियरिटी सेट होने लगी. सो आई वेंट फॉर इट. उसके बाद मैंने देखा अच्छा ये इसमें एक जेरार्ड भी है, कुछ तो कर रहा है ये आदमी. उसके बारे में काफी सुनने को मिला. उसके बाद पता चला अच्छा सैमी हुपिया, अच्छा ओके नाइस, ओके ये सब ऐसे सब अलग अलग. जॉन आने रीसा का लेफ्ट फुट, ये वो सब.
Yeah.
You know, as you get more into conversation, you get more and more emotionally involved in it. And since then, like this was 2007-8, okay, कुछ ट्रॉफी वॉफी कुछ नहीं जीता था. 2005 में जो हुआ तो हो गया था, वो मेरे पीछे था. मैंने कुछ नहीं देखा. तो तब से बस देखना चालू किया. And then yeah, I've just been following the club ever since. ये सीन है.
That's great. Kunal, what about you?
Yeah, I think it's pretty much the same time frame I started following Liverpool. I think I was in my high school. I think it was 8th probably. Same thing, just a similar situation. He was in junior college. That's the only difference. And I also had people running around me and they're like, "Bro, ये football देख bro, तू match देख." They started pushing me to watch Real Madrid and Barca, and even there's a meme like they say that United fans have girl fans. It's only because of their boyfriends. All right. So,
Yeah.
so I had guy friends like that who asked me to kind of watch United matches and everything. I was like, "ठीक है, चलो, we also let's give it a shot." And my friends called me over and we started watching. And luckily that day, I think Liverpool match was going on. If I'm not wrong, I think it was against City or something. And
Oh.
I was like, first match, big clubs. I was like, ठीक है, देखेंगे, कुछ तो enjoyment रहेगा. They were seeing their players are passing. They're like, ooh, ah. I was like, ये क्या excitement है बे? मजा आ रहा है, इसमें कुछ अलग चुड़ है. And then I was like, ठीक है, let's watch. And I started watching, and like he said, Torres was there. Gerrard, I mean, like how Torres impressed him at first, for me, Gerrard was a big impression. I mean, what an amazing player. To be honest, he's still a legend. And his slip is also a legend than he is actually nowadays.
Yeah.
You can't talk about Gerrard and leave out the slip. It has to be in
Exactly.
conversation.
I mean, yes, it has to be in the conversation. And
Tragic.
then, as in when the club started, growing and everything, and Suarez came in, and Torres left, all that pain happened, Gerrard's retirement, like it started becoming an emotional attachment for me.
What general feeling do you have about the season that's coming, and also a general feeling about the last season that you guys had? Like any changes or any special additions that you would want the team to make in their current proceedings moving to the next season?
I mean, let's face the fact. I mean, we had the best squad, I think, all around the world. I mean, we were known as the best team in the world, to be honest. And I don't see a major change coming in for the club. As in, we just need replacements. We need, backup players because some major matches are giving injury to the big players that we play in squad. And, to give a strong backup to that cannot hurt a team then. Like, to be honest, Wijnaldum, very good player. I mean, there are talks that he might leave the club. So, to get a big replacement for that kind of a player is going to be tough. It's going to be really big to deal with. And with talks with Mane going into the transfer window and Salah going into the transfer window, we don't have a bigger replacement for those kind of players because they are our regulars. They are for sure playing 11s. Also, I think Shaqiri should have been given a chance. Somewhere he's actually a good player. The shots, the power he has, I mean, it's brilliant. I mean, you can't ignore the power that he started off with. His debut match came in, 2 goals, kicked in, burning the nets out. I mean, it was brilliant.
It was his assist for the Wijnaldum goal
Yeah,
in the Barca match.
yeah.
I
Never
won't
forget.
forget that.
I mean,
Even if you all do, I won't forget that.
I mean, even the replacement players, like, see, Wijnaldum might back up Fabinho, and these players that have played really a small amount of time, but have played a major role for the club. And to find such players for the club again is going to be tough, but then it's not going to be hard enough. I mean, we will find players because Jurgen Klopp, I mean, he's got the eye of a gold miner, man.
Yeah.
What
So-
about collective achievement? Do you think that Liverpool is capable enough of winning the treble this year at least, or the quadruple?
I mean,
I don't think so. No.
I mean,
Very
committing
quickly.
this, that would be too early to commit to something. I
Yeah.
mean, it's like
Do
we are
you feel
pressurized.
there's a possibility somewhere that this team can challenge for every trophy this season with the current
Yeah.
squad they have? Okay,
We are
imagine
going to
Thiago
be-
also comes in.
Yeah, we are going to be a very challenging team to face for anyone.
100%.
I mean, it doesn't matter if you're going to come back playing after a month or 3 months of football because of the coronavirus and everything. Even after we came back, I know we started off slow, but we didn't, show that we are playing weak. We are playing slow, but we're not playing weak. We played the game
That's
really well.
sluggishness. That's
I think the rustiness is a factor that will come into play after 3
Right.
months of not playing.
So,
Normal.
I mean, even today, I think clubs fear playing Liverpool. Just because we didn't win the Premier League didn't mean they didn't have a, kind of a fear against us.
Bro, at this
Because-
point, to be honest, 2015 when Klopp, 2015-16 when Klopp said turned doubters to believers, it did something to the club.
it did something to the
Now, at this point, if you come up against any opposition, you will be backing Liverpool, right, Kunal?
any day, man. Any
ना
day.
टीम जीतेगा ये हो सकता है ये इसको भी हम जीत सकते so
Yeah.
that is the massive difference that has been made कि तुम
I mean,
मेरे स्क्वाड को कुछ भी करो कोई भी जाए कोई भी आए ये क्लब जीत सकता है
That's
and
the
that
one thing
capability
I like
Bayern
about
comes
Liverpool, where Klopp is coming and the whole mentality of the club has become so positive, where they know that even if we are 3-0 down, we still have the resources to come back, even though there's no Mane. Mane was playing. There was no Firmino, no Salah in the match against Barcelona. Robertson went off at halftime. And you look at the complete opposite that was in the same match, where you see
yeah
Barcelona.
and Gini Wijnaldum walks in
Yeah.
half time
Yeah. He walks in casually. Yeah. So the whole mentality that Klopp has bought into this club, I think that has
also
been
if
a whole.
you,
So what do you think? What do you think? This Liverpool side comes up against a team like Bayern Munich in the round of 16 next season in the Champions League. Do you still?
you know
hold on to
the time we won the Champions League we beat the shit out of them
yeah,
But
I think,
but Bayern has
that was-
improved a lot, right? If you
It was the
look at
same.
this season.
Right now, I believe if I had to rank clubs, I would rank Bayern number 1 right now.
Yeah,
Liverpool
yeah.
number 2.
Yeah.
If a squad like Liverpool with not that much of money or that much of squad size can perform this well with probably the same 11 throughout the whole season, I think
I
that
mean,
they have a lot to
you can actually see the difference now. As in, a club that used to struggle to take the 2 lead ahead is now not having a struggle to take a 3 lead ahead. Even if we
Yeah.
are three down, the mentality is so good that they have a confidence that they can go 4 up. You know
Yeah.
Yeah.
that
And you did
confidence
it
is
without
being
someone
built.
like Salah and Firmino, so that's a huge
Yeah, I
plus,
mean the
I think.
confidence that's been built up for the club is really immense. To be honest, I think.
Also, I have one more question regarding the same. Since your loss last season to Atletico at home, that's a big deal, I think, for Liverpool fans to lose at Anfield with everyone around. Do you think that's going to affect your Champions League campaign coming into this season, or do you think Klopp's mentality is all set? This is in the past. New season.
थक गए थे. People were just tired. Just
Hmm.
ran out of steam. That's okay. You can replenish and come back and play your best.
Yeah.
The capacity is not gone anywhere. The hunger has not gone anywhere.
हाँ.
जीतने का तो है ही. अभी और कुछ ऑप्शन ही नहीं है. वैसा ही कर दिया क्लॉप ने. Like even when the Barcelona game happened.
It's okay. We can talk about it. It's okay.
when the club when Klopp was asked what to say about what do you say about it, he said, "We will try to win, but if we fail, we will fail in the most beautiful manner possible."
Wow.
Right.
And वहां से मतलब मैं बोला मैं जाके खेलूंगा अगर जरूरत पड़ी तो मेरे को नहीं फर्क पड़ता अभी.
Yeah.
And like that, it's not just Klopp, to be honest. There are other people also. For example, there's Henderson. When he's on the field, Liverpool are a different animal. You
Yeah.
must have noticed,
Yeah,
Kunal.
Yeah.
obviously.
I think
Henderson, Milner
as a
also.
captain also,
In
he's
today's
done really
football,
well.
yeah, and very few captains have an impact on the game. He has more like a Sergio Ramos kind of impact, where
Yeah.
you see them like commanding the players to just go for it and like go for war, which is
And,
such a nice sight to see in football. You see it in cricket.
Hendo's aggression and Hendo's calm attitude works well both the ways.
Yeah.
As in, the club needs it. The club
He's-
needs that kind of a captain.
He's got that right combination of when to be aggressive, when to be calm, and that works in any situation for any match in Liverpool whenever he plays. Even I think off the pitch, I'm sure he has an influence in the dressing room where he talks to all these
Yeah.
players, even if he's not playing.
So
He's just one of those players who's seen it all, like from 2012 to 2020.
you know, if you remember the Burnley game where Mane lost his cool, like Salah, why you didn't pass to me, and all that
Yeah.
happened.
The whole controversy.
Yeah. So Mane at first was like, "Come on, you should have passed to me," but then he's shouting at Henderson, like, "Why you not shouting at Salah?" So which is so firmly establishing Henderson as I
Yeah, yeah.
captain.
You are
whole team.
the focal point of leadership here. You are the one who's going to do all this. I am not going to.
Which
Yeah.
was so like very reassuring. To be honest, that entire incident मेरे को तो मस्त लग रहा था कि हाँ भाई झगड़ो अपने में कोई stress बाकी सब वो fight beat ये वो no everyone's chill about it. Nobody's
Yeah.
really fighting. वो होता है.
Okay, cool. Moving on to transfers. What position do you see in your team, in the current team, that you would like to improve? And one player that you think you would like to bring in so that he can like make a positive impact for the club, for the team, for club.
To be honest,
I mean,
Thiago is what we need.
Yeah.
Right now.
Thiago is a brilliant addition for the
Player.
squad.
Man of the match, Champions League final.
Yeah,
ले लिया है.
You
Khatam.
watched the match.
Yeah.
Brilliant match. Amazing passes. What vision. I mean, it's really great. He knows what he is playing. He knows his ball game. He knows that, what's his goal once he sets his foot on the field. And he's playing brilliantly, to be honest. I think it would be really a steal deal for us, even if it's 30 million, if they agree to that.
Do you think you guys should invest in a centre back by any chance? Because Lovren has left. Joe Gomez has, but again, do you think you should put in some money to partner someone with Van Dijk? That could be like one.
Someone like a Koulibaly or someone.
Koulibaly will be good, but again, expensive. Liverpool, do you think 100 million after COVID? Because Napoli is, that's a lot, I feel.
To be honest, since 6 months, there's been no revenue. All of that reserves are being poured in there. So you can't expect a club that is not owned by an Arab to put that sort of money.
Shots fired.
It's
This will go in as the snippet.
You have to have good faith, and to be honest, I do. I have good faith in the fact that yes, Liverpool is on its path to be doing the best thing that is possible in this moment. And even if that leads to not winning a trophy or two, I'm okay with that. As long as it is moving in a positive direction. Yes, we do need signings. That's what I think, at least.
But I think Klopp just manages to, have this eye for every player. I mean, to find someone like Alexander Arnold, to find someone like Elliot now, who's been coming up the ranks,
Elliot, yeah.
or
Wow,
to
what
find
a
someone
guy.
like,
Yeah.
or to trust someone like David Origi. I mean, wow, Divock Origi,
I
sorry.
mean,
Uh-huh.
even look at Curtis. I mean, what a player, man! The way what a
Yeah.
bending he has in
Yeah.
his shot.
वो
It's
एवर्टन वाला गोल याद है वो
Yeah,
ending
I
वो
remember they played a very, I think, the very B teamish, not even B team, like a C team for some
Yeah,
FA
C
Cup game
team,
or
yeah.
something. And
Against
they
under
still
13
played well.
under 13
Against Aston, I
And
think.
yeah, under
Aston
17 or
Villa.
something. Yeah. And they played
yeah
so well.
Aston
They
yeah
lost 1-0, I think, if I'm not wrong. But even if they did, they put up a fight, okay. That wasn't easy. And that was very much commendable.
I think that's what Klopp would have told his players, that it's okay if we lose, but I just want every player to put in their 100%. I want to see that more than a victory. And even if they did
Think
lose,
of yourself as a starting 11 player. I mean,
yeah.
think of
I
yourself
mean,
first team player.
yeah.
Kunal, do you have a different opinion on transfers by any chance, like, or do you have anything? What do you think?
I mean, I think I'm looking club to sign some good defenders. To be honest, I think Van Dijk has been handling it on his own shoulders. Even though Robertson's there, and
Because
yeah, I mean
Chikna.
he's come up really good. I think let's hope he kicks in faster than we can think of. Yeah, but I think Van Dijk is taking the whole load. I think we need someone
He's
to
played
back him up.
every game.
Yeah, he's played every game.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's played the most number of games, I guess.
Defense is going to be 2015-16 again. He is gone. Defense is gone.
Yeah.
Then we
yeah.
have to score 5 goals every match. That is what the strike is.
I mean,
What I like
he's
about
already
Liverpool
huge.
is they're not afraid to concede while they're also because they know they have the potential to score back and they cover up the deficit between the
No,
other
but
team and
last entire season was 2-1. We won.
Yeah.
How we win? 2-1.
come back.
That's it.
Yeah.
Most of that was comeback. You go
And
1-0
most of them were at the end moment. The last half an hour was a very crucial half an hour for all the games that we played.
So moving on, I have this little slide. I'm going to share this with you all. This is just to have a rough guess at the starting 11 that Liverpool might have next season. I've inserted some players that I believe are undisputable in their position, and there's no one who can play in their position for now. So I think I'll just share that with you guys. Yeah. Can you guys see the thing?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I think Liverpool looks set to go with 4-3-3. If you guys have any other opinions, otherwise you could.
No, this is it.
Yeah,
It's not
I mean,
Yeah.
formula.
it's a fair enough formation, to be honest.
Yeah. So I haven't inserted the defensive partner for Van Dijk yet. I haven't put in the 3 midfielders, but I have the 3 forwards. I have the 2 fullbacks and Van Dijk and Alisson. I wasn't
Henderson,
sure.
you can put him there.
I think midfielder, Hendo and Fabinho are no doubt, to be honest.
I think even since Thiago is coming in, I think it'll be Hendo, Fabinho, and Thiago. I think will be like an optimum midfield for Liverpool going into next season.
Max power,
Yeah.
Yeah, that will be like a full pass squad for us in the mid.
What about Van Dijk? Do you think Joe Gomez is going to start now? Are they going to invest in someone?
Joe Gomez will start if nobody's invested into. Like if there's no big profile side. No, although not really. It could be Matip, it could be Gomez. Both of them have been performing with Van Dijk.
Yeah.
So there's no. It's Matip / Gomez. Exactly. That's how it is.
Matip / Gomez is better.
Yeah.
I think, but I always
Who would you rate the better defender between Gomez and Matip? As a Liverpool fan,
they have their own strengths. To be honest, for example, Gomez is fast. That is his thing. Matip is tall and overpowering.
Yeah, I mean, that's where we can actually. Let's take Man City match for that matter. When Sterling went up to the post, and then Gomez was stuck with him, and the pressure that Gomez was put into, you can actually see the difference that with the Matip playing his game, that Matip doesn't take that pressure. Matip, he has his own power. He might be a little slow, but then he has his own power to, push back that whole game.
And positioning. He's
I
better
think
at positioning.
Yeah.
anticipation wise, since Gomez is younger, he's a fast player. Anticipation wise, Matip with all the experience that he's had in his previous club, he played for Schalke as well, I think, and then now for Liverpool in the past 3-4 years. That
And I think Gomez also plays as a backup right back option sometimes.
Yeah. When they want like a defensive option.
He's a good option to have.
Although now Nico Williams is there, so there's no
unlikely for him to go in that position.
Yeah. And I like Nico Williams. He's good.
I also back James Milner for this. I mean, what a player.
Yeah. He's the Hendo replacement actually. That's what I feel.
He's like the legend Hendo. Actually, he can play defense, the front three, and like midfield, all like in all these positions.
Has played every position.
Yeah, that guy has played real good game for us.
He's played, I think, for left back also and right back, maybe.
Left back.
Yeah.
It's like when we see the opponents coming in hard on us and they, playing the rough game, we just want Milner to come in as sub and just come and start running around the field. Because, the build he carries, the power he carries.
His energy is very infectious, I feel. Like the moment
and he's
running around. Yeah. Also, one more thing. There's no Wijnaldum here. So have you given up on the thought? Do you think he's going to leave the season? Have you not considered him at all?
No, it's Thiago / Wijnaldum. Basically, both of them have their own strengths. At some point, you want to be steamrolling the For example, Wijnaldum has bad fitness. If you look at him, he's always running. There is no point where he is tired or anything at any point. Also, his ball retention is good, but Thiago is a definite upgrade on it.
Yeah. Do you think that it'll be a wise decision if they let Wijnaldum go for a good amount of money? For example, let's say 35-40, because Barcelona is vulnerable and they're one of the clubs looking to sign Wijnaldum. So they could probably offer him at a overpriced rate. And then, have someone like Thiago come in and they can pay the 30 million that Bayern is actually asking for. So that there's no, missing out on Thiago at any point, because multiple clubs are interested in Thiago.
Also,
and he's like a hot prospect.
The same thing happened with Werner, where Liverpool
signed Van de Beek.
Yeah. Van de Beek is also moving.
I mean,
Van de Beek is close to signing United. Today morning, it was reported by Romano. So I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's already signed it, I think. He's already signed
signed. United was the only other club in for Thiago. There was nobody else. Now they are also gone. So it's only Liverpool.
Yeah.
So stress nahi
I think Arsenal also. I don't know Arsenal if they're going to offer him good money.
Arsenal want to sign everybody.
Messi is moving to Arsenal.
Classroom was a crush on every girl.
Finally going to move to Arsenal. I feel at the end of all this, City is just like a cover, like a smoke screen. End में Arteta is going to come out with a Messi jersey. वही होने वाला है end में.
Spanish connection.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite possible. I hope so.
I like how solid this lineup is. You don't need to make any changes. There's no major rebuild needed. Only thing you need is depth, squad depth maybe. But otherwise, you look at this squad and you're like, wow. I wish I was supporting this club. I wish. But okay, I'm supporting Real Madrid. Barcelona is in a tough position. I'm in a good position.
Lovren, dude, I love that guy. He's a cult hero. To be honest, he had that mentality that Klopp brought in. He took it in entirely. Ki main hu Liverpool. Aur main marunga tu.
Yeah.
I was saying, Lovren has had his own up and down in the game. There have been some mishaps from most of you can say a lot of players have had their own mishaps. Missing some easy shots, missing some good crosses and defending some easy takes on the goal, But we can clearly see in Liverpool's team and the whole maturity that they have inside that, there's no backing down for them. Even if before halftime, there's a lot of banter with the opposite team and, there's a lot of rage. They go back in the halftime, come back, refresh. It's all new game for them. And they play so good that, it's like nothing happened. And they played it's a new game altogether. Like the first 90 minutes have started. No, that's what I think. And the only credit I think I should give it to his club. I mean, he's a mastermind for the whole club. I think he's changed the whole course of the club. I think Klopp might be a reason for a lot of fans building up for Liverpool. To be honest, I think I've seen a lot of new fans coming in for Liverpool. I've
Plastic.
had talks with I can't say plastics.
Controversy.
I mean, you really got to give it to Klopp for holding down his players and making them feel wanted, like every one of them. Because you look at the wages that these players earn, it's not
Yeah.
like way too much. Like the wage structure at United is like wayward. They pay someone like Lingard 100 million, 100,000 euros a week, which is a lot. I feel. I mean, Klopp is. If you look at Klopp, he's like a good manager to have for the board and the players. He maintains a well balance.
True.
He makes sure that everyone is comfortable in their position. He doesn't put too much pressure. Like I saw one of his interviews in which he was like, the ideal plan was to go transfer by transfer. We don't want to make an impact immediately, but over the course of 4 5 years that I'm here, I'll make sure that every transfer window there's going to be a player who's going to make the difference. And that's the way he's going to build the team. And by 2018, he was done. He had Salah,
Yeah.
he had Mane, he had Firmino, he let Coutinho go. Like we have this like very interesting question for. I think this is the best question out of all this that we have, and that's about rivals. Like this is about talking about who do you think is going to be your fierce competitor this season? Like which teams would you rank in order to be at the level of Liverpool right now? How would you rank them?
I
Firstly,
think
Ash.
I think City has been a great rival for us with
Right.
uh, Kevin De Bruyne coming in and Sterling being in his own form and everything. That squad is actually filled with some great players. I mean,
Messi.
the last
Messi.
season was a real shocking for them. Messi not coming in. I hope for that. If Messi is coming in, then yeah, for sure they might be a good rival for us this season. Because Messi will make a big impact. I think De Bruyne
I
will
think
have
with
some good.
Messi or without Messi, City is a good team anyway.
Yeah, any day.
He's just
I
an
mean,
upgrade on everything else. Like he just
yeah.
increases your chances to win by more goals now,
Yeah.
not by like winning your chances, but just how many goals I want to win by. So I think
True.
that's an upgrade for
Yeah,
them.
that's what I think. Even De Bruyne would be happy if Messi comes in, because Messi knows his positioning and De Bruyne knows how to play his passes. He knows how to assist the player. And with Messi coming in, I think we can see some good duo with them. And I think after that, good rivals would be, I think, United. Not to miss out, Chelsea. Some great signings have been coming in. I think
Chelsea, the kings of
Chelsea,
transfer market.
they have been murdering the
Chelsea.
transfer market. How do they have
Yeah,
so
yeah.
much money? Look at the money
ये
they're splashing in.
रशिया ना कुछ तो
Ah.
सीन है कुछ
But I
तो
recently, I recently wrote a blog. I recently wrote a blog about Chelsea, like on my blog, the ball game, and I looked at the lineup while I was typing it out and while I was forming the lineup. I was just like, what is this team? Like in a year, Lampard is good enough to challenge for a title at this point.
Yeah.
yes
I'm not sure how far the European run is going to go, but Premier
Premier
League
League.
seems like a legit wide open race right now between three teams. That's City, Liverpool, and Chelsea. Like you
Yeah,
cannot
I
deny
think
that
yes.
Chelsea is the third team. Right?
Yeah.
I
United
think
not
these
still
two.
got work to do, but I think Lampard with what the team he had last season and the team that he's now getting with like those players also is commendable. I think Chelsea has a really good chance of pulling out
Yeah.
some really cool
Uh,
stuff out of their head.
Yeah.
even without signings, I think they had a great squad. I mean, if you look at the second
Yeah,
half of the Premier League season that they played, I think they played really well. I think those young players and then coming in, uh, Lampard's managing and everything. It was actually a great scene after Chelsea's manager got sacked, and then
right.
Lampard's impact came in where he knew which player to bench and he knew which player were missing out their gameplay and which were important enough for the club to get the results. You see Pulisic. I mean, what a player! His run to the box is amazing. No,
Right.
so I think Chelsea, City are going to be a good rivals for us. But United has always been a great game to watch too.
I'm waiting for the pre-game podcast of United versus Liverpool.
That will be
When
fun.
two fans come
Yeah.
against each other. Rushabh and I are going to have the time of our lives.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, no, it's
Entertainment
when
on offer for both of us. We don't have to do
Yeah.
anything.
down, guys. When you punch down, that's called bullying. So Liverpool fans can't banter United.
Big statement from
It's
Arsh here.
Level.
Well said.
But also, if you think about it, United was the first team who did not lose to like Liverpool last season. All the teams were like being crashed by Liverpool,
Yeah.
and then they face United, in which United scores first out of nowhere. And I was like, wow, this rivalry does mean something to both sets of players and teams and
It's
the
weird
fans.
how United always
They're still
step
not
up
a better team.
against Liverpool. Like sometimes, whenever
Yeah.
you see, they
Yeah.
might not win, but then they always
Yeah.
usually draw or they win by like a small
They
margin. I
play
don't know
well.
why.
They
Yeah,
play well, in fact.
yeah. It's very surprising how this happens only against Liverpool.
So, final positioning of your team in the league table next season.
One.
One.
Clear shot, no doubts.
I mean, why
Confidence
would we
is
want anything?
booming right now for Liverpool fans.
देखो चैंपियंस लीग तो ऐसे जाना ही है हमको तो why stay on 1 2 3 or 4 just stay on 1 and finish the league you know Champions
Easy.
League तो
But what
पक्का
do
ही
you
है
think,
अपने
like, I always wonder now that you've won the Premier League and the Champions League also, like in different seasons, like what's the next objective now? Like, what as fans, what do you want the team to do now? Like,
I think
what do you
you know
think, like,
no
Start
I
a
think
dynasty of
obviously yeah focus on the big leagues like Champions League and the Premier League obviously and obviously you know go for the FA Cups and those leagues that we missed out on last year that could have actually got us a whole treble and the quadruple and everything. But I think we are playing good. I don't think we need to pressurize as a club, and the club knows its game. They know where they stand, and they know the fans are always supporting them, and it's really smooth that they play. So it's just great where we are standing right now, and I don't think there's anything stopping us.
So basically, this last segment is called Extra Time, where we have 3 questions for you that you, as Liverpool fans, have to answer. Basically, so I think we'll just get right into it. The first question is, what is the one unpopular opinion you have about your own club? Like maybe a controversial one, if it is one. If not, it's fine. But like a popular, like an opinion that you have that not many Liverpool fans resonate with.
I think Salah, while he's attacking, I think he's a little selfish. I think
All selfish, bro. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Totally, I hate it.
Arhaan, mil gaya controversial statement.
that's a popular opinion, I think. That's not unpopular.
Oh, yeah.
that's I think everyone agrees to that, I think.
Yeah, I think.
If you feel that that's unpopular, then that's
No, I think even for that, Shaqiri would have been a big replacement for a lot of games. I think Salah should have been benched, for a lot of games after the restart. And Shaqiri should have been given his chance to play. I think he would have also got to prove what his position is in the club.
It would have also raised his transfer price if he were going.
Yeah, if he were. I mean,
To be honest.
things could have changed for him a lot,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Arsh, what do you feel?
This perfect thing. Kunal has picked the exact thing. ये ऐसा नहीं करना चाहिए मतलब that is not resonating with the ethos of the team. Not that he is not a good team player. He gives many assists.
Yeah.
He's giving a good amount, 10 assists or something he gave this season. Which is
he
great.
played really
I'm very
good.
happy with it. But there are these times जब वो हावरा हो जाता है. Arhaan, you're Maharashtrian, no? You'll know this word. Haurat.
Alright, yeah. Greedy. For non-Maharashtrians, it's called greedy.
Acha,
Yeah.
cool. Thanks for letting us know.
वो नहीं होना चाहिए मतलब नहीं
Yeah.
यार लिवरपूल अभी जिस तरह जो मूड बन रहा है तेरे को मिल रहा है थोड़ा सा पैम्परिंग क्योंकि तू है उतना अच्छा
Definitely.
वो है ना वो क्लॉप का बच्चा है वो क्लॉप का बच्चा
Get over yourself, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
हाँ yes
But no doubt their games are great. But I think Shaqiri should have been given a chance this whole season. I think he deserved a lot of games. I think there were a few matches that we drew and we even lost. I think those matches could have turned over if Salah's chances were taken. He was not selfish enough and he would have passed maybe, or Shaqiri might have come in and he would have powered the game up. I think things could have changed. I think we would have even.
Honest, unpopular opinion. I don't think he sees those passes. He's just like goal दिख रहा है बस अब मारूंगा मैं.
Yeah.
उसको सोचने को ही नहीं होता आजू बाजू कोई है नहीं है.
वो I think उसका instinct ही है वो. He'll get the ball. He just looks at the goal, run towards the goal, करेगा अपना.
वो घोड़े की तरह भागेगा वो इसके बंद करके घोड़े की तरह भागेगा.
Yeah, you remember his first season? No tricks, nothing, just pace and turns.
And everyone loved him. I mean, everyone loved him so much. They were like, bro, Salah आया है तुम लोग के क्लब में क्या खेल रहा है ये वो.
8 times in Liverpool decreased by 40% after he came to Liverpool. Like wow.
Oh shit.
But I think his goals that were missed would have got us matches that would have got us par 100 points. I think we would have even been the top scorer throughout the whole Premier League.
Definitely. But then we also shouldn't be greedy. So, ठीक.
Yeah.
I mean, it was not a bad season at all, though.
Yeah.
अरे जीत गए भाई. क्या बोल रहे हैं?
Also, another question off topic a little bit, but what do you all think of the new Salah haircut? Very refreshing.
Must have.
Summer look है भाई का.
I have an unpopular opinion that this Salah haircut might be the end of Salah playing good for a while until he grows back his hair.
But he does one haircut a year. This is his
Yeah,
haircut.
yeah.
Every year same haircut.
हाँ भाई.
Like there was this huge thing
हाँ, तो
that
वो
Salah only does one haircut and like he focuses more on football. And then there was Pogba in the other image. He does that, by the way. But
Yeah, he walks with the trend.
Yeah.
this haircut is the decline for Salah this season, and then he come back again to his best once he goes back his old hair.
Afro.
I think he's already I think he's already played the bad in the preseason. So I think Premier League is gonna be a good start for
Short
us.
hair effect. Can't wait to see those memes coming.
Okay. Second question that we have for you. Who do you think is an overrated player in your club? Who do you think is hyped up a lot by your fans, by media, but you think he's really mediocre or not as good as people talk about him?
We don't have overrated players. We have cult heroes. We know their shit, but we love them. For example, Lovren. For example, Lord Ragnar Klavan.
Oh, legend.
For example, Sissoko. Yeah, dude. At this point, it's very tough to say this because everyone's doing their bit. Everyone's training hard. Everyone's working towards the same result. There is nobody saying कि मेरे को personal benefit निकालने का इसमें से टीम को जिताने का. And in that, who do you even blame and say कि नहीं ये अच्छा नहीं है? क्या है मेरे को ये toxicity करने का अच्छे से non-toxic club बना है बहुत मुश्किल से. मस्त चल रहा है.
सही चल रहा है. कुछ और करने की जरूरत नहीं.
I think we can't even say that our players are overrated. I mean,
not even overrated, but maybe someone that the media talks about a lot, but they don't perform as good as the talk is about them.
Then I think the first question itself answers everything. I think it's Salah, to be honest. Okay. He's the most talked player after Firmino's performance was actually low. I think that's the only reason he came into talks of the media. Otherwise, Salah was the only limelight that the club kind of gave it away. With the way he was playing, the approach towards the game. I think a lot of fans even went over these popular Twitter accounts saying that, I think Shaqiri should have been given chance, or I think Salah should have been benched and someone else should have come in, if not Shaqiri as well. Someone else should have stepped up, or they could have changed some formation and then they could have, played someone else in the mid to, kind of help it out for the games. But if we actually look at, if we talk about underrated players, I think it should be Naby Keita. What a young champ. I mean, what a player. He's, I think I love him. I love him personally. He's an amazing midfielder.
Naby lad.
Yes, lad. Has to be Firmino, dude.
Yeah, Firmino is, I think,
very underrated. Not within the club at least, but outside the club, I think when other people talk about him, the journalists and all the main pages, all the other things.
I think you can even see it. You can see that.
If you're being, someone who's ready to, what do you call it? So sacrifice for the team, for the benefits of the team, knowing that you have two good scorers in the wings,
Mhm.
so that you can drop
Right.
behind and provide them with ball.
Right,
I think
right.
it's huge for a player to do that.
But actually, you can also see that like how we see him and feel that he's underrated. Even the clubs show it while playing. They've underestimated him a lot of times, and then you see him scoring outside the box.
Yeah.
That ball going through like that through all the players and hitting the nets. I mean, those are some exceptional scorings, to be honest, from a player like that. And I don't think he deserves any banter, to be honest. I think a lot of Premier League clubs would also support the statement that he's
Yeah.
one of the best midfielders we have in the club. I mean, he
Now he's
signs
a
by
midfielder.
Hendo.
He's now a midfielder now. Like somewhere there.
Defensive midfielder, Ravi.
Yeah.
But
Cool. Last one. I think there's one more question left. Yeah. Which player from the remaining top 6 teams, okay, the other, like from the top 6 teams apart from Liverpool, if you have to name one player who's completely the most, all-rounded player who can be difficult for Liverpool to handle.
Kevin De
Any
Bruyne.
Kevin De Bruyne.
Simple
Yeah, I
as
think,
What
that.
about Kunal? Do you feel
yeah, I
और
Kevin
think
किसी
De
को पता ही नहीं है.
Kevin De Bruyne. Any day. I think
Bruyne? Do you
what
love
a,
him in your team? Do you think he
huh?
would fit in Liverpool's
He
system?
would fit into any team, bro.
Yeah, I think
very
अगर Thiago मना
flexible
करता है
that
तो
way.
फिर let's approach Kevin De Bruyne. थोड़ा और पैसे खिला के खत्म करेंगे बात को फिर.
पहले थियागो के लिए तो दे दो. You're haggling for Thiago only, how will you buy De Bruyne
अरे
then?
देख, एक डिमांड एंड सप्लाई होता है. वो खुद बोल रहा है
अरे
मेरे को लिवरपूल में आना है.
इकोनॉमिक्स मत इधर इकोनॉमिक्स नहीं चाहिए हमें.
देख, वो खुद बोल रहा है कि मेरे को देखो भाई लिवरपूल में आना है, तो आने दे ना. फिर तो क्लब को कन्विंस करके थोड़ा कम ले ले.
सही बात है. Make
ठीक
use
है.
of the
I think
situation.
make use of the situation is what we are trying to do. But then
Fair point.
otherwise also I don't think we are going to hesitate. I think we won't. I think by this weekend I think they are planning to sign him at any point. But yeah, I don't think it's going to be too late that he'll be walking in with Liverpool jerseys around.
Yeah.
Captains on the road.